to wait because I got kind of busy on other stuff, and then it got real freaking hot, so I had to kind of come back in the evening. But this guy here had a couple of things. He said he had an air leak. He thought maybe it was a brake chamber, but I ended up putting a couple of bags on it, the cabin air bags. But only one of them was leaking, but we went ahead and changed both of them. And then he had an air leak, but it only was leaking when it was running. So I thought maybe it was a fan clutch or what, but I got my soapy water out and I found this area right here was leaking air out real bad. So we're gonna have to change that out. So I went and got a new one and we're gonna put it on. So anyway, we're gonna have to replace that actuator right here. Like I said, it's leaking right out the center of this, so probably why our air is going. So we're gonna swap it out. So originally we were thinking it was going to be like a fan clutch or something like that, but I plugged off the fan clutch and it didn't change anything. So I got my famous soapy water bottle out and pretty well nailed it down to here. And plus you had a whole bunch of air and shit that was coming out of here, so I think the inside of that is just not good anymore. So I'm just going to change it out for him. It was leaking pretty good. Wouldn't let him build air very good, so. Did you make sure you release the brakes on that?
Go ahead and release.
Yesterday and deal with this, but I was hot. I just went home and this guy wasn't going to run until midnight tonight, so I said, well, I'll do it in the morning. So I came out and was hoping it was just his airbags on the cab, but I kind of figured it wasn't going to be the case. But we'll get him fixed up. I got another job going next door to me, but I'm not able to do two of them at once, so I got my boy over there helping me out with that one. Ouch. That's a knuckle breaker.
Daddy, it's right here.
I know it.
Makes me wonder how heavy the T8 is. Jordan was asking if you wanted anything to drink.
Well, I didn't even hear him, baby.
Yeah, before he was rolling out. You were on the phone at the time.
So on these, I think there's an adjustment you got to do, but I'm just gonna put the adjustment the same. I already have a markup here on the wastegate itself. Just keep it the same as it was. It should be fine. Or just adjust it as you need it. So on this deal here, he had a couple of issues that were killing his air. The one was the airbags. And two, this deal here, but the airbags, they would stop. You know, they wouldn't leak once you shut the truck off. I mean, with the truck running. Once we fixed that, that was the end of it. But the other deal, it was leaking while it was running. So there's only a few things that happen while it's running. You know, that could be killing other if there's no active air leak. So, we're gonna put this on there for him. It looks like it's been leaking for a while. It's got oil all over the bottom of it, and inside there in between this area here, it's pretty wet. So I think it's been this way for a while. Just compounded whenever he got the airbag issue. So, and as far as this goes, I didn't change any of the measurements. So as long as this part's good, you know, and take a little measurement here and make sure the rod is the same length, it should push up on this little lever here. And then make sure the orientation for your heat shield is the same. So, not too bad of a deal.
Did you figure something The fridge works.
On what?
My fridge and the T2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it works. It just doesn't get cold. The motor kicks on, but it doesn't get cold.
Put them in the guys. Put them in the nut bolt box. So we're just about 4, right underneath it.
What?
The measurement on this, is, you know.
Oh, from the thing? Oh, okay.
It's just underneath. All that's got to come apart. They give you everything but a heat shield and the extra nuts to put on that, which is ridiculous. Like seriously, you can't afford any extra.
And this is the turbo actuator?
It opens the wastegate on the turbo. And on this deal, he's leaking air while it's running. Only while it's running. After we fix the airbags. So only while it's running.
Okay.
There's only a few things that, you know. For example, if you stop the truck, you build up your air pressure, stop your truck, release your brakes, that'll determine what leaks that way.
Yeah.
But there's also other mechanisms that run while it's running. And this is one of them. Just got to make sure you put that on the same way. Like that. That's how it came off. And then this is junk. You can see it's leaking around there, plus it's coming out the inside here. And our rod has to be just under 4.
Yeah.
These are jam nut style.
They kind of just wet them all together.
Right. There's probably a bug to these, but I've done so many of these that I just kind of make it the same thing. I've never had any issues. And if it needs a little bit more adjusted, if it stays out, you know, open longer or what, then if it needs to be taller or shorter, then we can always do it accordingly.
Take that bottom up to it. It's still there.
We good. At least right now, until I screw it up. Actual wrench.
Side wrench.
Not a-
You need 11. You got measurement from that.
operated. So air comes in here, pushes it up and down, depending on the volume of.
What?
Sounds pretty tasty. I already had my dinner.
A salad.
That's right.
You gotta be struggling when you go home. You're all hungry and whatnot.
Nah, I'll make it through. This is harder to do than anything else. Trying to get this damn hose back on back there.
You can't necessarily see it from the camera's perspective.
Exactly. And I can't even see it from my perspective. And when you got big clod hoppers like what I got, it's an even more of a challenge. I'd guzzle half of it just in one shot. Say the hell with it.
That might just end up happening.
Worst case scenario, give you a bellyache.
Thank you. Struggle with that one. You want a drink, but don't spit it out your nose?
I'm good, baby.
See what I can do here. Maybe it should be a photographer.
Think?
I don't know. Really, I've got like 3 different job opportunities.
Well, that's actually not funny because my mom's got an embroidery machine.
A what?
I mean, embroidery, it's like a sewing machine, but you can,
Yeah.
you know, embroider stuff like on patterns or with
Uh-huh.
patterns or what. And I spent a whole freaking weekend messing with it. And I was like, man, this is kind of cool actually. I put designs on all the napkins and stuff. So, I was there all day fiddling with that thing. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be doing this stuff. This is where it doesn't pay to have clod hoppers.
Or small fingers like mine.
I can't get my hands into certain spots. The back one there, good luck. And if you lose it, we're SOL, dude.
If we lose it, I can sort of thing.
You hope you can. That's for the back one. Whatever.
For the back one, you say?
Smart ass.
Imagine what the rest does.
It's alright, buddy. We're blood, so you just look at my hands and you pay attention because that's what's coming.
Okay.
We don't need to go ham and beans on those, so just make that straight as an angle as you can get. get it snug and give it a quarter turn after that. Otherwise you'll pop it off like nothing. Good. And the other ones we can use a 10 wrench unless you can do that. It's up to you. Whatever works. I'm good either way.
So yeah, Fazoli's. I don't even know what I got. Apparently my dinner's in the microwave. Looks kind of funky.
You already get the other one too?
The back one? Yeah, all three of them are
This
done.
one? This one here? Alright. Alright, so now you gotta put this in.
Put that
In the hole here. And you gotta put this to lock it in place.
lock ring.
Yeah.
Thing, whatever you
These
want
are
to
a
call it.
challenge. I might have something extra of that, but we'll see.
Does it matter which way?
No.
What the snap?
It's gotta be just so. You may have to move that shaft in or out, one of the two. There you go. Yes, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir? I don't know
And
if you're gonna need that or not.
how the... Give me a... Don't pinch my fingers.
You see what I'm going? You see where I'm going with it? Just be careful because that sucker will go flying and that'll be the end of it. Just put your fingers around it. Just give it a little force and she'll go on there. Just give it a tap, tap, taparoo.
I just don't want to stab my
I was gonna say you're gonna
finger.
stab your freaking fingers bad. Yeah, they make a tool that opens those. Oh,
Got it.
oh my god.
And you stuck in there, man.
What?
You know what I'm saying, man? Oh, I'm sitting in a weird angle. It's like I knew what you were grabbing. This ain't weird at all.
Sebastian lost the lock ring, so we had to improvise.
And I'm gonna have a hell of a time if I freaking lose this one.
Get it started? No.
No, I'm trying to get the damn pin.
So if it's not adjusted right, when you do it, we're gonna have to make it where it's longer, the rod. Shouldn't be too bad. You just loosen up both jam nuts and turn that. Yeah, that's gonna be the hard part, is putting them on. What you want to do is get one side and flip it with the other side. Don't try to push it straight on, it won't work.
Ooh, this is gonna be challenging.
20. Not super tight. Don't give it all the bean because you'll pop that bolt like nothing. Don't give it all the beans. Just give it tight. These are designed to hold that so it's tight. Before, it wouldn't build pressure because it was leaking it all out. So we'll see what it does now, but it only happened after the air dryer popped, so we'll see what it does. Before it would leak, but he had a combination of airbags you saw yesterday. So I changed those out, and this, it would just leak all his air out. So we changed the airbags and it got better, but then he had this issue here, so we'll see. It usually started happening after the dryer popped. Started leaking down. And he didn't want to build air at all because it was all leaking it out. Thought it was his fan clutch there for a while. Yeah, we're right on the money. So before when we were doing it, I didn't get to film it, but this knob right here, I get it in line, this would just leak all the way down until it would be out of air because that wastegate was staying open. So we got her fixed up for him and he'll be happy. Bash did a good job. Alright, so like I was saying before was when we replaced the airbags, he had two things that were bothering him, the airbags and this wastegate issue. And you'd have to rev it up to build air. If you just let it idle, it would just start sucking air out. And so I got my water bottle out, or my soapy water, and I traced it all the way over to that wastegate, and it was blowing air right out the top. So that's where all his air was going. There's an air line connected to it, so I'm guessing the guts in it are just whatever were bad. But now it builds slow. You might need, you know, an issue there, but now when it builds up, it stays built up. Because before I would shut the truck off and you know, release the brakes and whatnot, and there was no leak, no active leak after we replaced the airbags. But then whenever I start the truck up, you know, once the air dryer popped off, it would just, if you let it idle, it would just steadily take the air down. So that was a little bit of a challenge to find that, but we got her figured